All right, so welcome back to the GUE JFF Captain Horst Burrell Centre of Excellence as we prepare for kickoff here, the first of the doubleheader, first game in the doubleheader between Vere United and Molynes United. So we're just about ready here for kickoff. Molynes United in their full blue strip, attacking early, and Vere United, they had to be sharp there at the back. That was an awfully quick start as they launched.
I think that's an indication of what is to come down with the wing backs pushing high, and we're going to be seeing the three central defenders staying pretty much central for Molynes, if that's any indication of what we will be seeing from them today.
Tapis Grant, actually, just to inform you that he did a COVID test and the result wasn't back in time, so because of that he has been ruled out. Not sure if he's been ruled out of the entire game, as this shot from distance goes well wide, but it's of course unfortunate for the young man to be missing out in his first game in the new look Jamaica Premier League, sponsored by Digicel. But of course he'll be hoping that his team, led by Donovan Ducky, will be able to overcome Molynes United.
I think that the fact is that we want to keep the football going, so no chance being taken. So the result's not known, then we take the caution.
Oh, that's a flicked on header. It's a big chance for Vere United. Can he bury it? Oh, he puts it over the top. It's a massive chance for Vere United. Ricardo Dennis was unable to get it under full control, and he just put it over the top in the end.
As direct as you can get, but that's a mistime header from the midfield of Molynes, and that should have been 1-0 to Vere. Just couldn't get the right connection, trying to go over the goalkeeper. That's a big chance. We'll see whether or not they will rue that chance.
Here he is again with another opportunity, and again he goes over the top. And it's a goal kick. In fact, he was looking for the corner kick because he thought he got a deflection on it, but not quite.
As you can see, the setup for Vere, they are pressing high. They're looking to stop this Molynes team playing out, and as such, they're winning the ball higher up the pitch.
Well, it's time for Molynes United to go on the attack. Keith Wright couldn't quite maintain possession. They're gonna have the long ball upfield to Ricardo Dennis, being utilized on a regular basis in this game, it seems, because they'd want to make sure that his speed is fully used in this one. Here's Vere.
And that speed may come to tell later on, because we see the defensive line for Molynes is pretty high, and as such, I think that direct play could be effective. And we'll see whether or not Coach Fitzgerald will be looking to tweak and drop his line a little bit deeper. But it's early days yet.
Oh, that long ball went through straight to Rashawn Livingston, but couldn't quite control. I think he was looking for the pass, but he's managing to pick it up now. Livingston trying to find Fakibi Farquharson. There's a whistle on the play. Farquharson was fouled. And this could be interesting for Molynes United once they send bodies forward. And just two on the edge of the box at the moment. There's a short meeting taking place.
I think he's going to look to serve it into the box, because with the wind going against his kick, likely would not be going for goal from that distance.
Jeremy Nelson delivers. Not cleared properly. All in all, it was a pretty poor delivery there.
It was, didn't get past the first obstacle.
Oh, he's robbed of the ball there, trying to press Wilson. Back to Nelson. Not sure who is trying to find there, but wasn't on the same wavelength with his teammate, Sir Jeannie Frankson, who was playing the right wing back position. As I said, both teams utilizing the 5-3-2 formation.
And a lot of people will look at the system and think it's defensive, but when you have three central defenders, you can afford to send your wing backs forward, and they will join two attacking midfielders and two strikers. So you look at it, could be 6 in attack at any one point in time, and still with 4 in defense.
Lovely ball to Dennis, but the keeper is out and does well. Frankson couldn't quite control, goes the other way. Tyrese Harrison, probably missing his twin brother right now, Tyreek Harrison, who is out with an ankle injury, but it's not too serious. So he'll join his brother soon on the playing field, one would hope. Should be back next week, Tyreek. Wonderful ball over the top. Parkinson is there. The flag goes, well, there's a whistle on the play. The flag actually stayed down, but I think there was some communication that was taking place between the referee and the assistant.
Well, he's indicating offside. Yep. It was offside. But again, that ball over the top, again, both teams utilizing that, and that is because both defensive lines are leaving spaces in behind and affording the attacking players a chance to run in. But the pace of the game, pretty much as I anticipated, not pedestrian at all.
It's almost as if you read between the lines of what the coaches were trying to put out there.
I guess, yeah, that's something you have to do as a coach, and I guess as an analyst here, you'll certainly try to read the play before it happens.
Ball almost went through to Livingston. Parkinson. Now Frankson. Along that right-hand side. Brown was trying to get it inside the box. Here is Harrison now, looking for Dennis. Dennis putting on the afterburners, but he's alone. But 3 players are trying to make their way near the box. It's pulled across, and Molynes United defense doing enough. Frankson goes long, over the top. Livingston trying to get there, committing the foul in the process.
Could be handball there, but earlier when we saw that ball from Vere playing down the flank, that's what you have to deal with as a coach when you play this system with 2 wing backs pushing high. There's going to be a lot of space parallel of that 18-yard box, and if not careful, you could be hurt by players running into that channel.
Dennis trying to play the long ball of field to Brown.
But also what I've seen us from Molynes is that of their attacks so far, just breaking down at the final stages of it, and just needs to be more composed.
Jeremy Nelson from deep. Here they come again. Ball played inside the area, headed away. Should be a corner kick, it is.
The first corner kick of the game. So this early stages, we may get an indication of whether or not these teams did manage in their shortened pre-season to work on some set plays.
Deliver inside the area. Collected well. Molynes on the charge now. 3 against 3. Livingston forced a little bit wider than he wanted to go. Laced at the top of the box. Nelson thinking for the shot. Probably should have remained a thought. That went well high.
Yeah, and again we saw, I mean, the pass went wide. Again, it's that quality in the final third. But just now there were 3 players ahead of him, and you feel there was an opportunity to still try and have some link-up plays rather than go for the shot from distance with the wind going against him.
All along that channel, well in front of Trevon Salmon. You have to get used to the speed at which the ball travels on this AstroTurf as well. Sometimes those deliveries are overcooked, not to mention the fact that the wind very much in favor of, well, I shouldn't say in favor, it's behind Vere United, as a shot from distance, no problems there for Roger Williams.
And not a bad idea for them to shoot from distance.
Not at all.
Because of what you just mentioned with the wind in their backs.
Frankson. Back to Damian Thomas. Well, that wasn't the best ball at all, was it?
Pushed him well back.
That's Kemar Seabright looking for the dink and finding Keith Wright. Seabright to Keith Wright. Now to Wilson. Gets the return, sends it to Frankson. From Wilson to Frankson.
Making your life easy as a commentator, Donald.
Well, any pluses duly welcomed. What will Vere do with this possession now? Dennis comes short to collect. Goes in a little cul-de-sac and then spreads it. Vere pressing forward in numbers now. This is Salmon. Salmon was caught, but he'll only get the corner kick.
This is the second occasion we've seen Seabright doing well, really defending that channel on that, his left side, and not allowing Vere to really penetrate.
What can they do with this delivery, Vere? You're sending 6 players inside the box. Delivery at the near post. Was there a handle ball there? I'm sure there was, but it comes out as far. It's Lamar Neal.
I think it was Brown. Javere Brown.
Yes, it was Javere Brown. Delivery again at the near post, and oh, that's not a bad swing inside, but it curves behind for a goal kick.
For all the set plays so far, I mean, we've seen 3 corner kicks for Vere and a set play behind the attacking third for Molynes. The deliveries have been poor, and maybe a reflection of the fact that not much has been done in pre-season.
Well, that was dangerous play there from Kemar Seabright, I believe it was. Dennis on it. He can be silky smooth on his day, Dennis.
Seabright again winning the battle. He's been called upon several times in this opening 15 minutes, and he has delivered.
Easy collection for the keeper. And Molynes United will press now.
Not a whole lot of goal-mouth activities so far, but teams are quite sprightly and energetic.
Well, let's see how long the energy will last. That's the question. They don't have the sun to deal with, not yet anyway.
Again, there's just an opportunity missed by Vere to really penetrate. Lumsden, they're getting a bit too tight. There was no need to get that tight and committing the infringement there. More silky player probably would have ruled him and would have gone on to threaten his goal.
Molynes United with a free kick. It looked innocuous enough, but it almost went through.
Oh, it's definitely off the training ground. You saw they were trying to just disguise that, but I guess the pass also didn't reach the intended target.
Nice ball from Dennis. Blake sends it wide, looking for the return. It was just too far in front of Barrington Blake, who was stretching there.
It was good intention there from Lewis.
Poor ball. Alton Lewis was not taking a chance at the back there, Malik Cockings.
And his teammates were trying to help him out. You felt, as a defender there, you had the opportunity to keep possession and wasted in terms of booting it out. Cocking.
Well, free kick for Vere United. And what can they do with this? We know that Barrington Blake has a powerful kick on him, and that probably his first choice to take it, the number 7. We've seen him score a couple of pearlers at the schoolboy football level, Barrington Blake.
And we'll have to put good power on this one because the wind has died down somewhat, doesn't have the luxury of that behind him.
Well, it is Barrington Blake deflected and it's wide. Corner kick. We saw a wicked deflection yesterday in favour of Portmore United as the credit went to Ricardo Morris. But on this occasion, the deflection in favour of the defensive team. And so a corner kick to Vere United.
That was the only way that free kick was going to nestle in the back of the net because it didn't have the pace on it, you feel, to beat the goalkeeper from that distance.
Corner kick taken. Keeper cries out for it and he collects it. Good take by Roger Williams.
He has been good so far in the game.
The distribution though wasn't well done. So Vere United back with the possession. Javier Brown. Lumsden punching it forward. Dennis will get there. No. Goal kick.
Yeah, he just miscontrolled that one, but it's always going to be outnumbered. It was 2v1 in favour of defending team there in Molynes. He was going to have to do a lot if he was going to get something out of that. Didn't help his chances though with that miscontrol.
Frankson deciding not to launch another one in the attacking third. This is Keith Wright. Nelson. Back to right.
Just that first touch, letting Wright down. Just needed to get it out his feet quickly and get it into the box where there were about 4 Molynes players waiting. And what I've seen so far early in the game here from Vere is that they're trying to keep the spaces between the lines very close, so also contributing to the fact that Molynes in the final third has not been able to be as creative as they would like.
Nelson was trying to find Wright on that occasion, didn't quite come off. Now the ball to the middle. Harrison was under pressure, and according to the referee, was under too much pressure. It's another free kick to Vere. Much further out.
I think Thomas had to be strong there, because had he not been, then it would have been a chance for the attacker to bear down on goal.
There was a challenge coming in from Damian Thomas. I think the plan is to take this short. Well, they have changed their minds. Vere Brown is there. And easy take for the keeper. So there was a slip there from Brown.
The only positive in that one is that he got it on target. It just slipped before the take, so would have been affected by that. A few slips we've seen, so Donald, as you'd mentioned earlier, does take some adjusting to playing on this artificial turf, and I think some of the players are still adjusting.
Yep, they're going to take a quick refreshment break now. As you can see, the heat taking a toll on a few of the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first water break in this.
Of course, each team has their own sponsors this year. You can see it on their shirts each match day.
It's Vere United 0, Molynes United.
And of course, the money is pumped into this season of the Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel is a tidy sum for the, as I mentioned before, it's a shortened season.
And for sure too, sometimes, you know, good things come out of bad stuff, and with the advent of COVID and a break from the sport for a long time, well over $100 million, I mean, huge step in the right direction, and once applied in the right way, then the football product in Jamaica can only get better.
Yep, and we are anticipating some good football here, especially with the fact that we'll have access to the best fields in Jamaica, or specifically in the corporate area. Of course, this being utilized, the UHAFF Captain Horsburgh Centre of Excellence.
And I think also, Donald, the fact that there'll be no relegation this season, I mean, teams play a lot more freer.
Well, you'd hope, right? You'd hope that you don't see the
cagey, caution type. Yeah, we would feel that should encourage them to go out and just play and entertain.
I suppose that the expectation is that no coach will lose their jobs as well. Would that be in the case? Well, here's Molynes United with Wright thinking of the shot and fires that one, and the keeper collects, diving to his left. Kadeem Davis saw that one all the way, as Keith Wright really let fly, as he was allowed the space to fire that one towards the target.
I guess coming after the hydration break, just a lapse in concentration there for Vere, and for the first time he saw them given that space and time, and goalkeeper Davis really had to be at full stretch. I think he really made it look more than it ought to have been, but yeah, good save
catch,
there,
though.
Definitely.
It was a good catch.
And when you're in a game not having much to do as a goalkeeper, test your concentration there, but it shows that while his defense in front of him might have lost concentration after the hydration break, he was spot on in terms of his task.
Vere with a free kick at the near post, looking for Harrison. Tyrese Harrison. Oh, nice turn. Looking for Dennis, headed away.
So it's critical interception there from
They can counter here, but that was too much on the ball. It was another big opportunity there, but Molynes United unable to capitalize. Here's Vere once more.
Has been pretty much the story for Molynes so far. That final pass, not really as of the quality that would have helped them to really put this Vere team under pressure defensively.
Andre Gale finding Trevon Salmon. Salmon. And, again, it's Molynes United trying to go the other way. And nothing doing there. Play continues. Blake thinking of the shot. For the second time in a matter of minutes, he slips.
It's really just turnover after turnovers, and really no composure shown by teams. Very direct in their play.
It almost looks like a tennis match at the moment, but here's Vere. What can they do with this? And they lose possession again. Players don't have a lot of space to work with, which is why when Keith Wright got the shot off just now, it really was an anomaly, because he was afforded so much space to work with and let fly. Here he is on the ball. Frankson collects. Sergini Frankson probably looking for the return, but the pass didn't have a lot of power there.
They're trying to show some patience and composure, not really going anywhere, but still just trying to get some touches off the football.
Both teams not quite finding the sweet spot in terms of their passing. Either it's a little bit overweight or it's too shallow.
Like on that occasion there, it's too much on it, overcooking the pass. Again, you get the feeling if they can get those final passes right. You've seen where there's a lot of space, especially on the flanks of the Molynes defensive line.
And Lewis just gave it up.
Again, too direct. Not much thought into the play.
You get the feeling that both sets of players just playing on pure instinct at the moment, just going back to what they know. You can see that not a lot of chemistry as Wright trying to deliver, and will settle for the throw. Yep.
Pretty much the case, Donald, and I guess in the coach's interview, were saying they were pretty much pessimistic. I guess that's the reason.
Livingston across. Oh, he needed two defenders to charge him down. Play continues. Wright trying to wriggle away, and he lost possession, but the player still down inside the area.
It was a good ball in the box. It had pace on it, and asked a question of this Vere defense. So we see there.
Oh my goodness, he was wiped out.
Good direction on that cross, and it needed both defenders for sure. Had it been allowed to go through, then we are pretty sure that Farquharson would have had a good opportunity of just having a tap in.
Fakibi Farquharson, standout player former standout player for Hydel High. I think he was their captain as well at one stage. Fakibi Farquharson has a powerful kick on him as well.
He looks powerfully built.
No work and
the coaches here using the opportunity to get some instruction to the team. That's Vere United. as Dookie tried to get a handle on this game. And so far, both teams using the same system, but we cancelling each other out.
They'll try again. Sergini Frankson. Again. Ball a little bit too shallow, but his team still with the possession. Wilson. Sutherland. Farquharson.
I can't say it enough. Just the quality in that final third. I felt it was good thinking initially by Wilson to take that free kick quickly and do so before Vere could have organised themselves. But it's pretty much a trademark of teams coached by Donovan Dookie. He gets them organised and very disciplined in their shape.
Dennis needs a good ball. Harrison is there, takes the shot, and not a lot of power behind it.
Harrison not trusting his pace there, got the right side of the defender and just needed to cut across his path and take him out the game. Just didn't trust his skills and pace on that occasion, and in the end, just a tame shot.
Vere pressing, and they've won the possession. Still a chance. Shot from distance wide. Coming in there quickly. Javier Brown couldn't guide it on target though.
Yes, again, we've seen it early in the game where I guess they can't, because of the pre-season of their condition, cannot sustain it throughout. But when Vere United decide to press high, they have gotten a lot of joy from it and preventing this Molynes team playing out. And I think that's the third occasion they've won the ball in a decent position in the attacking third, just couldn't make it count. And then as a result of that, we see Molynes deciding to go long.
Lewis. Brown. Lumsden. Challenge coming in from right. Can they come forward? Farquharson does well. Need some support. Found it. Even more support. The deflected effort is over the top. That was a good challenge there. Denying Tyreek Wilson. But they'll get the corner kick, Molynes United.
Seemed to have been Alton Lewis on that occasion there, really putting his body on the line, and he needed to have done so just now, because had he not done that, you felt that would have been on target.
Yeah.
And Davis would have had some work to do.
Good work from Lewis.
This is the first corner kick for Molynes. And can they do better than what we've seen from Vere?
That's not a bad looking delivery. Here they are once more. Ball chipped inside the area. Wilson gets it back, sends it out wide. Needs a good cross. And again, slipping. And couldn't quite guide it in. Kemar Seabright.
I think he didn't anticipate well to Seabright. He came up as one of the centre off for the corner kick. And on that occasion was always playing catch up with that pass. Pass was played in front of him, and yes, right decision to play in the space, but was just sitting on his heels there. And in the end, in stretching, just lost his footing.
Dennis collects. Decides to go on a little run. All the way across to Lewis. Dennis picks it up.
It was just a pocket of space there for Lewis. If he had just turned, could have let fly. Just need to look forward more.
Brown. And Jake Gale working alongside Salmon over on the far side. They lose it between the both of them.
Well, Vere just lost the impetus and the opportunity to have gone forward on that sequence of play. Much of the passes went sideways and back, and just giving Molynes time to reorganize, and there's a lot of blue shirts behind the ball, and it was always going to be difficult for them to really, based on the evidence of what we've seen so far, for them to really weave their way through that wall of blue.
They really need to work on their free kicks, both teams.
Well, I guess if you talk to both coaches, they'll say they didn't have much time to work on set plays. Things can only get better, you feel, as the season progresses.
Here's Molynes United, Farquharson. Livingston, out-muscled, out-hustled. Still trying to get it back though. But right now, just losing out, but his team wins it back momentarily.
Sievert again shepherding that out. But one interesting thing I've seen from Molynes, Farquharson, he has been operating more as an SS supporting striker. He drops deep into the middle of the park, tend to create numbers up because they're playing three central boat teams, so looking to get an advantage, and as such he drops deep. There he's again looking to challenge. He's been doing a lot of work for Molynes, just hurting himself there on the fall.
Yeah, landing awkwardly.
But he has been really the player from Molynes that have been doing a lot of work, a lot of energy from him, and dropping deep and leaving Livingston up front. But I think what they have to do once he comes deep and pick that ball up, will have to get those wing backs and other deeper midfielders running through as third runners to really utilize or give the defensive three-man central defenders for Vere something to think about. But so far, when he drops deep, there's no runners beyond him.
Well, Dennis looking to run on that one, and the flag goes up. Offside, called against him.
Sterling right back. Sterling back. Sterling.
And it goes the other way. Too far in front of Farquharson. Blake loses out. Frankson going wide. Ball delivered, looking for Farquharson. Ambitious effort. And it was almost lights out, literally, as he climbed into that one, hitting it on the volley.
Yeah, good effort, but it's always difficult with the ball coming across the body and to really get a clean connection on it. It's a high difficulty shot to execute, but it speaks to the player he is. He's quite willing to try. He's an industrious type of player.
Turned out to be an expensive shot there, right, Jeremiah? Broke a light in the background.
Sure, that was not his intention.
Of course not.
But with about 5 minutes to go to the half-time interval, but coaches will certainly have a lot to say and possibly change to get more out of their teams.
Not that he can do on the fly. except just encourage. And our thing that Duki spoke about is he hasn't been able to work with them on their mental game. Here they come, Molynes United again. Parkinson trying to impose himself more on the game, but again his effort wide of the mark.
And you get the feel if something is going to happen for Molynes, it's going to involve Farquharson. And so far, the indication suggests that. And another thing with both teams, and what we've seen when they go long, the supporting midfield in cast not making the transition as fast as possible to win those second balls.
Farquharson on the ball again. What can he do with this now? He gets a throw.
Yeah, good defensive work there. Wasn't fooled by all the fancy footwork.
Harrison is down for Vere United. He's going to get some attention. Not sure what happened there. He's inspecting a toe.
I think he might have injured himself when he was trying to execute a tackle in the middle of the park.
I just love how water is used for everything when trying to fix injuries here in Jamaica.
I think they take it to another level here in Jamaica. And on that occasion, it doesn't appear to have been cold water as well.
But he's fine. He's walking off, so I'm sure it worked. So
it's good on the psychological part then. We have magic sprays, we must have magic water.
No wonder we have so much water bottle companies in the country.
But the one on this occasion that really did the trick was water.
Not to be confused with water.
No.
They're trying to come out of their own defensive third here. Just getting space, Lewis, but then he just gives it up. And Molynes United returned the favour.
It's really been the story of the game, Donald. Just get excited, overzealous in the final third, and just not being able to have quality in that aspect. I guess one thing we can say is that both teams try to be organised defensively, and maybe what we've gotten from both coaches in the shortened pre-season is that they've worked on the defensive side, and first is not to be beaten in their first game. So I guess what we spoke about, Donald, earlier, where we say maybe they'll put caution to the wind, that might not be the case. And both teams looking to shore up defence first.
Just to make sure for all the youngsters listening, it's actually pronounced water and actually not water. So that was, just had to point that out. Molynes United again.
But it was for you to do.
Yeah, I had to, just in case. Frankson. Wright tapping it forward, looking for Livingston. Didn't quite reach him. He was being harassed all the way, wasn't he?
Definitely not given an opportunity to.
Someone was wondering what was taking so long.
You have Alton Lewis down for Vere.
Yeah, but this was a challenge. It was being pulled, tugged, and eventually caught. Salmon.
Sutherland was doing his defensive work there, by all means necessary.
Alton Lewis getting the attention that he needs. Players in the meantime get some additional refreshment.
And they're not too far from the interval, so they should be getting their rehydration and team talk in short order.
So 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played. I suppose that will officially begin once the free kick is taken.
I guess much to do with the stoppages from injuries and the hydration break that was taken.
Players took an unofficial one just now. Again, the ball over the top. Biggs couldn't do a lot with it. It was under pressure.
It's clear the intention from Vere that they're looking to attack those spaces that would have been vacated by the wing backs of Molynes. Just that they're getting the ball into those areas, but the quality coming out of those areas have not been good.
Lewis back on the field. Beats one. Biggs looking for options. Decides to go all the way back. Here they go again. Delivery nodded away. Molynes United moving forward in numbers now. You can hear the frustration from the Molynes players.
It's the beauty of not having spectators in, that you can hear everything, every cry, every shout.
Livingston. And it's a goal kick.
But that cry from the Molynes team and the bench is because there was an opportunity to break quickly, and they really were very lethargic in the way they came out in the transition phase and really got nothing from it. Haven't seen Molynes Vere try too much playing from the back, and every time they tend to punt it long, it has come to intercepted by a Molynes player.
Well, here's a chance. Harrison trying to line that one up, and again not a lot of power behind it. Really disappointing, because he did see that yard of space to let fly, but in the end it was a crawl. And after 45 minutes we're yet to see a first goal in this one. Vere United and Molynes United 0-0 at the end of first half. Halftime here at the UHFF Captain Horsburgh Centre of Excellence between Vere United and Molynes United. The breeze, the wind picking up here at the Centre of Excellence. And we are underway here. Vere United, who started off strong in the first half, seeking to do the same in this second half.
Yes, an indication of that would be the high pressing part of their game.
Sutherland did well. Frankson switching the play right now.
It was good intention to switch the play, and that's another feature that can be used when you're playing a system of three at the back.
Difficult with this wind, though, I can tell you that.
It was always going away from him, but switching the point of attack is very, very useful when you have three central defenders staying central. Most of the times you play it to one side, pulling them across and just switching it and utilising the space that would be left vacant. Because the three defenders you cannot cover the width of the pitch so effectively.
Cry of pain there. No problems there for Roger Williams. He's back on his feet. Javier Brown. Right, gets a return ball. I believe if that was successful, they call that the Rabona, but unfortunately, when it's not successful.
And also when it's not necessary as well, and you don't pull it off, really make it really looks bad.
He's seeing the funny side of it now.
I'm sure his teammates aren't seeing the funny side of it. Definitely didn't need to execute, wasn't under any sort of pressure to really try that. And there were a few sequence of passes that you felt was creating some opportunities, some openings, and just let his team down with that fancy bit of footwork.
Or the attempt.
Yes.
Or the fancy bit of footwork.
Both teams really taking a long time to adjust to the wind and the turf in terms of the weight on their passes. I'm sure Coach Dookie, with time, getting more time as the season progresses, will stamp his mark on this Vere team. He's known to improve teams wherever he goes, so I expect him to do that.
Still, of course, seeking that elusive title at this level. Although he did win the league format, so to speak, of the Premier League a couple seasons ago. Tavis Grant warming up. I'm going to assume that they received the result of the COVID test and that it's negative, obviously.
Most certainly.
That's the reason why he didn't start, folks. He would have done the test, but he didn't get the results back in time. He was actually named at the starting lineup, but they had to pencil him out.
So you get the feel that at the earliest opportunity and right time, Coach Dookie will want to inject him into this game.
Of course, you can see how serious the league is taking all the protocols as Biggs with the effort that goes wide. Taking every precaution just to make sure. So far, no positive results in this first round of matches in the Jamaica Premier League, of course powered by Digicel.
That's definitely the way to go. I mean, we want the sport to be played. We've been longing for it. So whatever it takes to keep it going, then we expect and we all want to play our part to ensure that that's the case.
My producer can remind me, but I think it was Alton Lewis who came on in his stead.
Yes, it was Lewis who came in.
And he's been their best player so far, I think. At the back, Alton Lewis.
And sometimes as coaches, I mean, a lot of persons will have hindsight to work with. As coaches, it's foresight. You have to try and get it right before it happens. And I'm pretty sure Coach Dookie would have been pleased with his showing, and maybe somebody else is going to be pulled out.
Certainly provides an attacking option Tavis Grant. Najee Biggs will be coming out for Vere United. Corton Wright is coming on.
Substitution there for Vere United. Out comes number 8, Najee Biggs. He was replaced by number 45, Corton Wright. So that's Corton Wright, number 45.
So here's Vere.
Number 8.
As Dukin not afraid to ring the changes. I don't think he was expecting that, Harrison.
No, I think because the defender ran across the path of it, he might just have been put off by that.
Yeah, Keith Wright did his job.
Yes.
In providing the dummy as a defender. Interception made. Ran into some traffic there. Strong challenge coming in from Javier Brown.
It was a firm challenge there by Brown. Hurting himself in the process, but was very strong and firm in the challenge.
So the protocols were really kicked in there for Tavis Grant. We expect to see him play. When they realized that he didn't get his result in time, he was actually taken away from the team. But now that he has been cleared, he's back with the setup. And he's warming up, eager to be on the field and make an impact on this game.
Maybe he's also sending a signal to the coach that he's ready.
Yeah, there's also that. Wright is fast, but not that quick. Even on the back end of some searing performances at our national championships, the standard would have been just too high for Wright to get there.
Yeah, definitely too much on it. And again, the wind also playing its part in having that ball go away from the player Wright. On that occasion, you felt it was an easy pass back. Wright was giving support, and rather than taking on two defenders, should have just laid it back to Wright. But again, we haven't seen anything different here in the second half from both teams in the attacking third. Pretty much lacking in creativity and penetrative pass. So we definitely need to see more. As we said, Tavis Grant would have sent the message to his coach, and we expect him to be introduced any minute.
Question is, who will he actually replace? I'm thinking he's going to be replacing Trevon Salmon.
Well, it should be happening now, if that's the case.
Yep, just confirmed that he's coming on for Trevon Salmon. Question is, though, will he go to the right wing back position? or will there be some changes at the back?
Well, that's where he has appeared to have gone.
But here's Molynes United trying to tee up the shot there for the on-rushing Tariq Sutherland.
It was a good intention, trying to lay off his backwards to goal, and it just needed a firmer touch on it to ensure that it got to its intended target.
Vere send this one inside, looking for Dennis. Picked up by Brown. Just to confirm the substitution that Grant came on instead of Trevon's Salmon. Dennis on the ball, turning it wide. Delivered inside, and Dennis heading it wide. Not a bad delivery from Courton Wright. And Dennis trying to guide that goalwards.
You wonder if he was put off by his hairstyle, but it was a way out. Not being too hard on him. Would have had to generate a lot of power.
Picked up by Vere. Courton Wright swinging that one, and it goes well wide.
Yeah, hitting across the line there, but just didn't manage to get it to come back enough. There's no curling back on that one. It's kept going across goal, but you can see the intention there. He wanted to.
For the first time, all the teams have both the names and the numbers on their backs. Select teams would have done it in the past. I can remember Harbourview in particular picking it up. Cavalier as well. But it's now a constant thing, and hopefully that remains the same for the years to come.
Makes commentators' life easy, and even more so is an indication that the league is moving in the right direction.
Dennis inside, trying to switch the play now, but too much on it? Yep, too much on it.
There's one thing we've seen different from Vere in this second half. They have looked to switch the point of attack more, looking to pass and pull defenders out and create space. But this game really crying out for some quality in that final third.
There's a knock to the face there, but he's all right. Alton Lewis, free kick to Vere.
The defender there making a case on that free kick that boot might not have been so high because the attacker had put the defender had put his head down.
We haven't seen a lot of quality in the final third, have we?
No, nothing at all. As I said, that first chance, and it wasn't even created fully by Vere. It was a miscue header from Molynes. Again there, Donald, just the turf player not really adjusting to it once the ball hits it, and with a little grease on it, skids.
Oh, Parkinson trying to turn and shoot. Deflected effort. It's wide of the mark. Corner kick to Molynes United.
one thing for sure. Dookie won't be disappointed with his defenders putting their bodies on the line. A few occasions now we've seen shots being blocked, the defenders really getting into the path as we see the build up here. Good little interchange of pass in there, and deflection taking it wide. Had it not been deflected, you feel the goalkeeper would have had to work.
Farquharson with the corner. 6 players inside the box. At the near post, Livingston was trying to get on the end of it. Back to Farquharson. Brings it inside the area, and it's headed out for a throw.
On this occasion, Farquharson, you'd feel sometimes the ball goes wide, a quick cross back into the penalty area, but on that occasion there were no blue shirts in there for him to aim at.
So we're past the hour mark, and we've seen sparks,
No
if
fire.
not sustained intensity, and as you mentioned, fire. Here's Dennis now. Chance for Harrison to get by his marker, and does. Thinking of options, Dennis collects it in his stride, and then just lost the handle on it.
Let's control at my boss. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it.
Farquharson doing well to allow that one to be put into touch by Ricardo Campbell.
Campbell just giving his team a chance to reorganize themselves.
Deliver inside, it's not a bad one. Livingston was trying to get there. Didn't quite time his jump. Could have been a decent opportunity.
It appeared he went a little early on that jump there, and on his way down is when the ball arrived, and the defender was able to make the clearance. But again, a good ball inside the box.
Conditions are pretty cool at the moment. Both teams would appreciate that, but again, just the lack of intensity there. Probably drained from their first half exertion.
I shouldn't think so. We saw it early in the game where the intensity was high, but it faded away in the first half, and we feel they would have been able to re-energize themselves, so to speak, at half time, and to come back out and give a good showing in the second half and cooler conditions, but not getting that.
So the free kick to Vere United. 5 players on the edge of the box. Kicking into the breeze, it's not a bad looking one, but it's headed easily away. Here they come, Molynes United, but they didn't go too far forward. Wright picks it up for Molynes. Punched through by Steve Wright. Here's Barrington Blake sending it over on that far side. Tavis Grant on a run, poking it inside, but his teammate was going one way, Harrison, while the ball was going into the other direction. Ball touched through. It's a big chance for Molynes United! Well. Inches denying him. Off the post, and it didn't go in his favor. That was a big chance. for Molynes to take the lead.
Easily the best chance of the game, Donald, and once it broke to him, he didn't hesitate. He did everything right, you feel, and went across the goalkeeper there and just hitting. How unlucky is that for it to hit the inside of the post and not go in? But Livingston in the first half was an isolated figure, and just there now had a supporting cast close to him and got an opportunity to strike on goal.
How close was he? The change has been made by Vere United. We'll tell you the change in just a little while. Here's Molynes United pressing. Wright gets a return ball. Can he keep it in play? Barely. Livingston. Ball delivered at the back post. Parkinson trying to keep it in. Can't.
I just petered out there. I felt that they would have gone for a shot at the back post.
Gregory Cousins, by the way, is a change that was made. Replacing Tyrese Harrison. And Rashawn Livingston is now coming off for Molynes United.
He almost made a telling contribution before he exited the field here, Livingston. How we would have loved to have gone off having scored.
O'Neill Small comes in to replace him.
Good fight, Layla, good fight.
Again, on that sequence of play we saw with Vere, not much option in front for the vertical pass to be made, and it's pretty much backwards and sideways.
Cousins trying to make an immediate impact. Cutting a frustrated figure, Calvert Fitzgerald.
Well, he just saw might be more disappointed than frustrated, because I'm pretty sure he thought that Livingston was going to put his team 1-0 up in this encounter, and seeing that effort coming back off the woodwork.
Well, they're taking another water break, these two teams.
I feel more so these breaks in this sort of encounter will be used to get some coaching points out there to the teams, because with limited pre-season, then every opportunity you get to give coaching points in the games, you're going to take advantage of that and try to see if whatever you can impart to the team can help to raise the standard and give your team a better opportunity of coming away with all 3 points.
Well, this is just the final push we're looking at from both these teams. Well, that's hope anyway, as we anticipate seeing a goal in this encounter. Dennis spending a lot of time on the turf and was wondering why his attacker didn't get a card. Ball delivered inside. Not a bad first touch. Could have been better, of course.
Had it been better, Donald, I think he would have created an opportunity for himself. Just ran away from him a little bit and gave the defender just that opportunity he needed to get a foot in.
Swung inside all the way across. From Gale to Dennis. And Jay Gale. Oh, this could be a chance here. Oh, that's a good sliding challenge coming in. Effort from distance. Well,
the fact that it went for a throw-in will tell you a lot about the effort that was made. But good defensive work earlier there, preventing the shot on goal. Had to time it very well because he was right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Needed to get that right, and he did.
Molynes United. Showed glimpses of being dangerous, and here's another ball over the top. Here, the challenge coming in, this time from Kenroy Lumsden.
And again, it's Farquharson making himself a nuisance to this defence line. I tell you, he has been busy all game.
Yes.
And if he could just add a little quality with this corner kick, because the service has been poor from the corners so far. Haven't gotten past the front post on most occasions.
Well, let's see what can be done with this one. That's not a bad looking one at all, and it's headed over the top. Another corner kick. There was a deflection apparently, but that's the best delivery we've seen all afternoon. And again, Molynes United providing that little bit of quality which has been rare in this match.
You get the feel that had it not taken a deflection, the goalkeeper would have had to work there in Davis. But good delivery in the box, and that's what you can get when the delivery is good. As we said before, not getting past the first post, but on this occasion, right in the danger zone. And he leapt well, and certainly was a good header. Davis there must be thankful to his defence in front of him to have deflected that one away for another corner kick.
Can we see another decent delivery on the opposite side? There's a whistle on the play. There's something happening inside the box, and the referee just making sure that the players know that there's no room for argy-bargy. Here's the corner kick. Oh, the spectacular. Almost spectacular took his head off. The referee finally blows his whistle. Although it's to signal an offside, but Cousins is down. Let's see what actually took place here. He was trying for the spectacular kick, Damian Thomas.
Definitely dangerous play on that occasion, but it appears as if the referee did not make the call for that play. I get the whistle came when the assistant signaled to him that the Molynes player was in an offside position.
Alton Lewis, my MVP of the match so far, also getting some attention. We'll take a look at this effort from Damian Thomas. Just to remind you folks, he's a centre-back with a lot of ambition.
Looking to execute well. So definitely not for that infringement, or what we thought was an infringement. Referee going for the offside. And the surprise call there.
Yeah.
And just for note, you don't have to make contact in that on that occasion for it to have been an infringement.
Well, Vere has been under pressure for a while now. And Molynes United again trying to press through right. Love the ball in the middle of the park, but again could not quite control that one, Jeremy Nelson. Vere trying to make inroads here, but proven to be a little bit difficult to break down the Molynes United defense. Case in point. They're back in numbers though as Molynes United try to move forward.
I think we've seen some sustained pressure from Molynes, and I think the cause of that is because we've seen a little bit more finesse from them in the attacking third. They're looking to put passes together, not going so direct, but looking to string some passes together to try and open up the spaces as they get into the attacking third.
Yellow card will come out. See, very complaining.
I think he has much to complain about.
Well, Alton Lewis has been in the wars today, hasn't he?
Not so difficult. Well, as dangerous as initially it appeared, it seems too as though he got the ball and he didn't really leave the turf as when you see defenders leaving the turf and going in on a tackle, then it's deemed very dangerous. On that occasion, maybe could feel a little aggrieved with the yellow card.
He's proven to be a warrior, Alton Lewis.
Certainly has.
Second passes goes to Molynes United. Number 21, Kamal Suzak, and officially in the 78th minute.
Didn't reach Dennis. Right is there. Right, switching the play. Farquharson collecting that one deep now, looking to deliver across to right. Oh, players colliding, teammates colliding.
Really helping as if Vere needed any help in terms of doing their defensive work. But Wright has had a decent game so far too. Donald has really been a part of a good work that we've seen from Molynes in the second half.
Molynes with the majority of the possession so far. Wright couldn't keep that in. As you give him a compliment, Dwight Jeremiah.
Commentator's curse. Well, I didn't say anything about.
No. So.
How was Gail?
Right. Oh, the shot from distance wide of the mark. Shot coming in there from Tyreek Wilson. There was some complaints by the Vere defense. Was anticipating a foul being called, and the whistle did not come at all in his favor. Lost it in a dangerous position there, and well, Molynes couldn't quite capitalize. I think it was Blake who lost it in a dangerous area, or was it Brown rather?
I think it was Brown. But you should play to the whistle, and not, and especially in those areas in your defensive third, you've got to make sure that you deal with the danger and complain after.
Nelson forced to go all the way back. Sutherland losing it. Ooh. If he hadn't slipped, not sure what Wright was doing there. Three mistakes in a row. Dwight Jeremiah, thank you very much.
Lost his bearings on that occasion. But I'll stay away from giving any more compliments for the rest of this, for the 8 minutes left in this one.
Hasn't been the same since. And to imagine he was in the MVP discussion, right? But he has had a good game. We are to be fair.
Yeah, himself and Farquharson from Molynes have been really good.
Now here's Nelson. Jeremy Nelson, what can he do with this one here? Delivers this one inside, and the keeper saw it all the way. Absolutely nothing O'Neill Small could have done there, as he waited in hope inside the 6-yard box.
It was a half-decent delivery in the box, but he went all the way, not anticipating but expecting, just in case the goalkeeper didn't handle well, that he was right on the money there to put it in. We've seen stranger things happen in the sport.
Yes, we have. Delivery headed away. Tavis Grant still trying to make that impact.
And there's still time for a player in this game to win it and take home the MVP award here, because it really has been very little happening in front of goal.
As far as Vere United is concerned, man of the match, I think it's him and then Daylight, Alton Lewis.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one, Donald. For Molynes, I wouldn't look too far past Farquharson
and Wright. Well, here's Vere United seeking to change the tide in this one, but again the final ball in the attacking third, leaving a lot to be desired. Was there a handball there? That's what the Vere defenders are saying. Small was screaming for the ball, didn't quite get it. The play being switched to Wright. Can he make a real impact in this game as he looks for that pass? Here is again Wright, needs a good delivery. And there's nobody there on the penalty spot, but it's headed behind for a corner kick to Molynes United.
And maybe if they had just communicated to Blake there, maybe he could have done better rather than giving up a corner kick, but you could see his frustration as no one communicated to him that he had time and space, and as such headed it behind for a corner.
Him having time as well was a little bit of a surprise. It was not a bad delivery right on the penalty spot, but they do have a corner kick. Farquharson to deliver on this side now, and the diving header. Referee saying that the diving header was responsible for the ball reaching where it went from Damian Thomas.
It's always going to be difficult. It was well ahead of the front post and would have to try and his neck muscles would have had to work over time to get that one on target. But nonetheless, Thomas was trying all his best. Can't fault him on effort on that occasion. It's always going to be difficult to get that one on target. Donald, you feel if we don't get a goal in this encounter, you'd feel like the MVP would go to that player in defence.
Oh yeah.
Because you would have to give credit to the fact that their efforts would have created the clean sheet.
As well as a lack of quality from the opposition, but yes, their efforts mainly. He did put in a couple of blocks as well.
He did. I was just trying to come up with the argument for the MVP. So I'm not going to put in it the fact that the quality in the attacking third was poor from Molynes. You can only play what is put before you.
Donovan Ducky has a lot of work to do on the training ground after this game.
But I think he'll walk away today, if it ends as it is in a goalless draw, feeling quite pleased with his team's effort, knowing that he didn't have much time to execute his ideas.
Oh, that was a poor clearance. Dennis trying to skip by a second challenge, unable to do so. Here's Molynes United. Can't keep that one in play. Dink headed out by the captain. Nelson looking for the return ball, then the shot is wide of the mark from Parkinson.
I think he took a deflection there.
Did. I think Parkinson was complaining about something. Yep. Tariq Sutherland is coming out for Molynes United. Shane Watson is on.
Can he come with a golden touch here and win this one for Molynes?
Well, they need a good delivery at the near post. Yeah, that's no, the referee says play on. Farquharson needs a good delivery back inside the area, handled well by Vere United. Molynes still trying to press. Forced to go back. As the rain is with us officially. In the final stages of this one. Ball over the top, looking for Cousins, and the keeper is out there as the sweeper keeper.
And he needed to be. Did he need to be there just now?
Here's Farquharson. Watson back to Farquharson.
Another 3 minutes here.
Here's a chance for Molynes United. It's Nelson, sends it out wide. 3 players waiting for it inside the box. Oh my goodness. Well, that pretty much sums up the game in a nutshell.
Pretty much didn't really execute well, didn't wrap his foot around it. It was a poor attempt at a cross just now. But again, here's the ball early in the play from Vere, and Williams had to be sharp on that occasion to thwart the efforts there. Had he not been in that position or reacted at the time he did, would have to be at his best to prevent Vere from going ahead.
Well, gone a little way inside of the 3 minutes of stoppages. What can Molynes United do here? Inside the box, it's Nelson! Into the side netting. Goodness me, they've come close on so many occasions, Molynes United.
You feel in the second half they've been the better team in the attacking third here, and I guess it's come down to a little bit more composure, putting some passes together, and this occasion switching the point of attack, and the defender didn't deal with it quite well, allowing it to bounce, and you felt that's the play you wanted to fall to if you're a Molynes team, and went for power rather than placement, did Nelson, and only found the side netting.
Just 60 seconds to play. 60 seconds remaining in this one. Can Molynes United steal 3 points here? Well, another yellow card will come out and is shown to Sir Jeannie Frankson. Yeah, he went to the turf really early.
And he knew what he was doing, so I think he can have no complaints about that yellow card. I think that will be that. We'll play the minimum 3 minutes.
That's it for this match. Vere and Molynes United. Didn't see a goal in this one.